Hello, assalamu alaikum, ji ayanu, pakhair ragale, ni hao, shune shumme, wash male, ohio gonzaimas, guten morgen, hi, hugs and hellos, and a very amazing khush hamadi to everybody who's tuned into PT World. You watching World this morning, alongside the one and only Shahzad Khan. We hope that everybody back there at their homes are doing great, perfect, superb, and are ready to kickstart their day with us. Well, this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is time to rise and shine, wake and bake, get up from your beds, have a cup of tea, feel energetic because the weather out there today is superb and amazing once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a very interesting topic. I think I might not have the expertise to share what my views are about it, but I think I'm quite prepared to ask all of these young people within the studios about what it is, and do you think that it's a good thing for all those youngsters who are actually thinking to do that from their homes or wherever or from their offices? Do you think it's going to pay them enough money to run their houses or the household chores or whatever expenses they have in their life? So please make sure that you listen to us very carefully. But right now, let me think. Okay, I think it's about time that we take a look what's happening in the country. Top stories coming. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif leaves for Maldives on a 3-day visit at invitation of President Abdullah Yameen Abdul. Prime Minister will be chief guest at celebrations of 52nd Independence Day of Maldives. At least 27 people, including 9 policemen, martyred and 54 others injured in a suicide blast near Area Kareem Tower in Lahore. Central Development Working Party approves 15 projects worth 99.4 billion rupees of education, transport, water and power, health and housing sectors. Amazing. Right, ladies and gentlemen, these were the top stories for this hour. But right now, I think it's about time that we move on towards our public service message, which is indeed a great one today. Let's take a listen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, talking about a public service message. Before I move on towards the public service message, I've got something very amazing to share. And that is that there are tech companies who are actually coming up with mobiles or cell phones which do not really have a screen. So the screen stays blank all the time because of the fact that you can pick up calls or probably you can end up calls. This is the most you can do on that phone, and they're trying to do that so that people do not waste quite a lot of time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever social media platforms are out there. And it's not that the cell phone does not have a screen. The cell phone does have a screen, and it lets you get engaged with all of your social media fans or whatever audience you have, but only for 4 minutes a day. Well, do you think that you can really do that? Do you think that you can control that? Because an average human in today's time connects with Facebook, social media, or whatever platforms are out there 47 times a day. And it's quite a lot. And this is what our public service message is linked with, that all we need to do is that we need to develop one of our passions as a habit. For example, I love riding. I can go riding. For example, I love going to the gym. I think I can do that once again, well, which I'm not able to right now, but it's perfect. I think I'm going to get back on track too. But for all those parents who are out there and who think that their kids are all the time in the tablets or the television or the PlayStation, I think what you need to do is you need to put an effort to help them develop their habits or passions or convert their passions into habits, because without their support, I don't think that kids can actually do that. And parents have to be a real-time example for the kids as well, because if they are not going out to play or whatever, it can be DIY, do it yourself. I mean, one of my producers is very amazing with DIY. He makes different stuff, and he's very keen of that. So he'll go to the markets, he'll purchase some items. So imagine that, how much time do you spend interacting with people, going to buy something, or once when you make it, there are other people who like it as well. Then you can sell it over the internet, obviously, once again. But please make sure that you develop a healthy habit, and it's going to be very helpful for you in your life. And now it's about time that I tell you what are we discussing today. So yesterday, one of my producers actually told me that we are going to discuss digital marketing. And when I think of digital marketing, okay, let me think. First, let me think. Oh, Yeah, digital marketing actually is when you see all of those commercials, all of those ads, all of those posts, and there are people who are actually trying to sell you something, or there are people who are actually sharing their blogs to probably, and then they will mention that product's name within their blog so that people can actually know what they're referring to. Or then there are celebrity endorsements. Then there are people who are making selfie videos and are telling you, oh, I went to this cafe and this cafe was superb, even if it wasn't. And then, for example, this new cab service, whenever you travel in this cab service, the driver will always tell you to give him a 5 point or 5-star review. I mean, do you think that this is digital marketing? I think people around the digital arena are faking it too as well, and we have to be very vigilant. But first of all, I think what we need to know is what is digital marketing, and do you think that there's actually enough for all of us? So on my right hand side, the best part is that today very young people have actually joined me. The reason might probably be because older or elderly people do not even know how to use laptops or computers. Well, obviously it's not for all of them. So on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, the first guy I'm introducing is none other than Mr. Salman Beg. He's a digital marketer at Rank Engineer. He's the CEO Baz.pk. Hello Salman, assalamu alaikum.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Charo sutto asai?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But he's apparently not Sindhi. All right. Where do you belong though?
I actually belong to Salkot.
Sialkot?
Yeah, but
Ki haal chal hai wallo? Ji
bilkul
ayan
theek
Ustad ji.
thak,
Thank you very much for coming over. Alongside Salman, we have got Azim Ikram Zai, who's from Multan, working in marketing department of a different channel. He's CEO XES, Extreme Digital Consultancy. Hello Azim, how are you?
Good
Assalamu
morning,
alaikum.
walaikum salam. How are
Good
you?
morning. Kya haal hai?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
All right, very nice. Alongside Azim, we have got Mr. Raza Ahmed Sukhera, who's a researcher, and he's rendering his services for Radio Pakistan too. Hello, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming over. And last but not the least, Mr. Gohar Shafiq, who is the director, Brahmers, I think that's what it is, and founder, Aram.pk. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Thanks for having me here.
So I think I'm going to start my conversation with Gohar over here. So Gohar, uh, what is digital marketing?
Okay, so we have got all these new digital assets for every company or an individual. So you have to market those digital assets.
All right.
For example, starting from website is a digital asset. Your social media is your digital asset, starting from Facebook to Twitter and YouTube. Then blog is your
Google,
asset.
for example.
Google is your digital asset.
Yeah.
So we have got search engine marketing for that. So now you have got all these digital assets with you, and now you have to target those digital assets, pinpointing your target audience,
All right.
and your ads, your content, your will be consumed by those target audiences.
All right, tell us a little about Aram.pk as well.
So Aram is basically a marketplace
Okay.
where you can find and hire service professionals using your internet or web browser. For example, if you need to find a photographer or a caterer,
All right.
so all you have to do is go to aram.pk, fill out a simple questionnaire. For example, you have a wedding, how many people are coming, what type of photography do you need. So within 24 hours, you will get quotations just by sitting at your home.
All right, amazing. Now moving on towards Azim. So Azim, what in your words is digital marketing? And do let us know about, XES. What is Extreme Digital Consultancy?
Digital marketing is an interaction between spreading message to your consumers on digital platforms, either it be social media, websites, or online any forum.
All right.
XES is a group initiative. All we friends together we formed it, and it was based on Twitter, a
Okay.
social media platform. Hashtags, you would have heard that hashtags are quietly used.
Yeah.
We trend hashtags actually for corporates, for development sector.
All right. So you can do it by home.
Yes,
Yeah,
we tweet like at the speed of 10 tweets per minute.
Yeah.
So the maximum number of tweets, the lesser time you need to trend on Twitter.
All right. So is it legal?
Yes, it is legal.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, it might be legal. I mean, we do not know the code of conduct on Twitter or how it is, because people have so many different accounts, and then 10 tweets per minute. Okay, you're trending. I think I'm going to do it now, man. Just right now, we're going to start, well, this morning, hashtag, well, this morning.
The
But do you need,
maximum we need maximum number of people talking about a hashtag.
yeah,
Not
exactly.
a single person actually talking
Okay, so,
about it.
so what you do is that you make many fake accounts,
Yes,
or
not
no?
not fake accounts actually.
Okay.
Let me clear this honestly.
Yeah.
We are a group of 20 people.
Okay.
We are all over Pakistan.
Yeah, yeah,
When you want to trend nationwide in Pakistan, it is an obligation that you should not be from the very same city.
Okay, so how come Vakar is trending most of the time? Are you
Because he's not using trimmer actually.
He's not using trimmer. Oh, that was very hilarious. Okay, now moving on to Salman over here. Yeah, Salman, so you're a digital marketer yourself, and how does digital marketing work? And then what is Buzz.pk?
All right, I will start with how digital marketing works from history.
Yeah.
When the industrial revolution came and people were producing in their factories, and how they used to market was they went to the marketplaces and they used to sell themselves. But when the television came and it penetrated into our lives,
Yeah.
so they thought that now the eyeballs are into the TV and they are not in the marketplaces, and they thought it would be a good idea to promote and market their product now on the television because customers are now looking at this screen.
Yeah.
So they started advertising their products on television now. But now the major shift is coming because now the most of the attention is now on your smartphone or on laptop or any digital media device.
Yeah.
So now the attention is shifting and the consumer is now looking at those devices. So people and the corporates are now adopting the digital marketing because
Yeah.
now consumers are there. So digital marketing is basically promoting and marketing your product to your consumers through digital mediums.
Okay.
As Gohar said, it could be your website, it could be your Facebook page, Twitter page, YouTube channel, anything that comes under digital category.
Yeah.
Coming towards Buzz.pk,
You forgot,
Buzz.pk
right?
is actually an online e-commerce store. What we do is that we sell Peshawari chappal,
Peshawari
the
Chappal.
traditional footwear of Peshawar. I actually live in Peshawar.
Yeah.
So what we have done is that we import those artisans who produce it in Peshawar, and now we have showcased them into our website. Now, if anyone in Pakistan wants to buy it, they can buy it from our website just by clicking, and they will receive it in just 2 or 3 days.
Okay, so that's amazing. I think for that, we need to move on to Sakira Saab over here. So Sakira Saab, did you realize that really there's a shift in the audience as well? Because what happens is that, television is still playing a big role in our life. Every day, all the elderly people, they love to sit right in front of all of those political shows which are going on and then talk about it because they really do not have anything else to do, right? So what they do is that they listen to what they're saying, all the political analysis, and then they come back and then they discuss with all their friends. And whatever they say doesn't really make a difference anyways in anybody else's life. So do you think that there's this shift of audience as well? For example, for people of 10 to 15 years old, who are 10 to 15 years old, they would love to be on tablets or probably cell phones, not on television. Because you're a researcher, what do you think? Do you think that we really need to promote all our stuff on social media, all of these platforms, or digital marketing? Or because television in a sense is a form of digital marketing too. But now I think there's a shift. So how do you think we're going to label that? What is digital marketing now?
So when we talk about the paradigm shift
Yeah.
that you have mentioned, in 2007 or 2008 when the mortgage crisis came over or hit the US, so the way all the budgets were shifted
Yeah.
from the R&D departments or R&D departments were closed, but consumer was there. The way fellow has shared that the consumerism was the basic of marketing anyway. So, the digital term that has been through an evolution process since then. First, when we talk about the 2007-8 crisis, the only company was thinking that whatever the discussion is for the brands is coming online, what are the sentiments we can extract to direct our services to the customer?
Okay.
That was one phase.
Okay.
The second phase is the digital literacy and internet penetration. When we talk about research figures or the digital literacy, especially about for the markets like Pakistan,
Yeah.
From 3 million to 41 million, we are standing. The PTA website is
Because we got 3G then, and then
the
obviously it helps.
broadband
Yeah.
penetration.
Yeah.
So the way I see it and the way I am trying to inculcate this in my research and in my projects and in my different discussions on different platforms, uh, those 40 million like add-ons through 3G and 4G services are actually using the smartphones,
Okay.
most of them.
Yeah.
So the way these young fellows are earning, it has to be changed, and obviously we have to opt that paradigm shift. But again, the consumerism part or the consumer part, which the business persons and entrepreneurs don't want to touch, is the major thing which we need to rethink about the whole.
Okay, we'll
strategy.
definitely think, but now, for example, you just mentioned that we have a 40 million family, that's quite huge, but not everybody has actually got credit cards. So how do you think that they will actually be helpful for all of those agencies who are out there who are marketing a product? So I think your research is down the line then.
Recently, President Alibaba Group was here in the country, and what I came to know, the presentations which were given to him by the government and the other forums, and even he pitched some interest to draft.pk,
Yeah.
which was throughout the e-commerce groups. The trend was there. He was listening to everyone, and what I came to know, that in the very final meeting, he said that currently we are not in a phase where the national payment gateways or the online payments are the issue.
All right.
Thing is that the way we are, like we have added like 38 million or 37 million smartphones in the economy, how we can direct that digital literacy towards purchasing.
Okay.
If we are living in a country where the bank account ratio is very less, people would prefer that even on the retail side, in our general market, people would prefer that instead of keeping money in the bank, we can just have a the monthly committee thing or something like that, the
Yeah,
traditional
exactly.
thing,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
traditional mechanisms to go through the payment system and opting that and trusting these fellows
Yeah.
that no, they'll be paid, they'll be paying and they'll deliver us our product. They have to suffer, and they have to go one step ahead.
Alright.
So my brother is running a business, online business, and in the start, what they used to say, they used to do, they used to ship the product, and they were used to say just credit the money. And sometimes people didn't used to credit the money, but even then, they were just following the pace just to make up the sales.
All right.
So these are the challenges which are part of the consumerism thing and the customer trust thing.
So let's see how do they deal with it, because everybody's got their own business going on online as well. So Gaur Saab, how do you deal with this dilemma, with this challenge? Because over here in Pakistan, it's very hard to get payments via credit card as well. First of all, they obviously have to call the bank, then get those numbers and whatnot. Even then, it does not work, and then they say, okay, when the shipment's going to come to you, pay the money to them. So how do you face these challenges?
So first of all, you have to understand the shift basically. Formerly, the age group with the purchase decision was like 30 to 35 and above. But now that shift has changed and come towards to the early 18s and then upwards.
Yeah.
So if you even have to go buy a house, तो आपके वो बीवी और बच्चे की इजाज़त के बगैर वो टाइल तक select नहीं होती. So
Well,
that
I'm
is
not
the
one
shift.
of those guys though.
So that is the shift that we are talking about.
Yeah.
So these target audiences are on these platforms, new smartphones, Facebook, internet. So it's not just about the thing that you have a credit card. It is about the purchase decisions that you also subconsciously develop in the mind of your target audience.
Yeah.
So for example, if you want to buy a laptop, before buying that, you go to the internet to research about it. You search different blogs, you read the reviews, then go to Facebook and then add a status. So all these different aspects of the social media and the digital assets are basically making up your mind to actually purchase. Maybe you go to a free center to buy that laptop, but still, if all your digital assets were not in line, then maybe you lost a customer.
Now this is what my point is, that all of that marketing which is going all over the social media or whatever internet platforms are out there, they're not genuine. I mean, let me give you my own example. So quite a lot of bigger brands, what they do is that whenever Eid's coming, or whenever it's Ramadan, or whenever there's some other celebration or festivity which is going to be ahead, so they're going to send me probably, what do you call it? So they send us different gifts, And then what happens is that, the next day, a brand manager is actually going to call you and say that, okay, since we have sent you so many different gifts, why don't you make a video and, 5-star reviews and then what this, and put up a status. And this is obviously to make up other people's mind. But how do you think that ethics are literally being involved in social media marketing or digital marketing in today's time?
Ethics are they
Nowhere to
need
be
to be,
seen.
yeah, yeah.
Let's be honest.
To be
Business
very
talks.
honest,
Yeah.
it is mutual end, at consumer end as well as the seller end.
Yeah.
The seller needs to make sure that whatever he has written is the same thing what he is dispatching or delivering.
Yeah.
The consumer needs to assure that it is the same thing which has been ordered, and at the very same time, brand ambassadors, they matter a lot. Quoting your point, that they send you gifts and they ask you to make a review video, that is word of mouth. Actually, the people trust on faces rather than trusting on the names,
Yeah, exactly.
no matter whatever the name is.
And it is the strongest marketing tool as well.
Yes.
And I think over here, I would love to clarify all those people who are out there. Whenever I make a video on my Facebook page or wherever, whichever platform, I only make videos about all of those products or those people whom I love genuinely. I mean, you obviously can be in love with different products. I mean, there are different drinks which I love to drink too as well. So I can definitely make a video about that too. But only whom I love personally, not because that somebody's paying me to do that. Well, if they are, well, that's a different story too as well. So what about you? What's your take on that? How many times whenever you're marketing a product over the internet, how many times you keep it in your head that I'm not going to lie to anybody who's out there, so we're going to put the facts right in front of them, and then let's see whether they're going to come or not. Obviously, it's not the job of a marketeer, but have you actually tried it? Does it really work? Or you think that it's never going to work if you're going to put the facts right in front of the consumer?
Actually, I'm also running an e-commerce store, Baz.bk, so
Yeah.
I know all the stuff that is going on in the market. So yes, there are people who are showing something and then sending something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, those people are at risk because now in Pakistan we don't have any major payment system like
Yeah.
PayPal, that is international, or any credit card system that you have said there is very low adoption. But we are using cash on delivery.
Okay.
The cash on delivery is that if you order something on our store, we will dispatch it, and when you receive it, you check it, and then you have to pay.
Yeah.
So now if I am sending something else, I am at risk. You can return that, and if you return that, I'll have to pay the shipment charges. I'll have to pay for the marketing cost that is paid to acquire you as a customer. So all this trust I am putting here. So I think people who are doing this are thinking for a long time. But if someone who wants to start an e-commerce store and if he is interested for a long-term business, I think this is one of the basic things that you need to understand and adopt, that product should be genuine.
And that's what we're going to talk about, because we need to go for a short break. But before going towards a short break, there's one thing which I need to mention over here, and that is that I think 3 years earlier I was in England, and then it was one of my niece's birthday. So what we did was that we went online and I ordered a piano, and in the picture that piano actually looked this big. So after 2 days, when the delivery came in and I took a look, I was looking at the piano, so the piano was just this big. The best part was that we called them again, they came all the way, they picked that up, and then they went back, and then they said that if you want your money back, you can take your money back. If you do not want your money back, we can obviously give you another toy. So what happened over here in Pakistan was that, for the first 2 or 3 times whenever we ordered stuff, obviously it wasn't the same which it was in the picture, but then they even refused to take it back. So these are the dilemmas from the consumer's end. So I think this is what we need to talk about. Let's go for a short break. When you guys are going to come back, we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about how to start up your own e-commerce business or digital marketing agency. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PT World, you watch World this morning alongside Shahzad Khan. Today we are discussing digital marketing and the ethics of digital marketing, whether we are thinking of the consumers too as well, or we are just thinking of products or how to sell them. And then we were actually talking about a challenge which quite a lot of consumers face. For example, you ordered something online, when it comes to your doorstep, it's not what you wanted, and then they really do not want it back. But before we, get the answers to all of these challenges or dilemmas which are still in there within the digital marketing arena, we've got a small documentary trailer to share for all those marketers who are out there, and the name of the documentary is Art and Copy. Let's take a look.
Thing about being what somebody calls a creative person is that you have absolutely no idea where any of your thoughts come from, really. And especially, you don't have any idea about where they're going to come from tomorrow.
Absolutely do not put that commercial in the air.
This is the devil's workshop. Get that commercial off the air.
People went crazy.
Did you see that thing? Oh, by the way, I'll take it.
It just goes on and on and on and on.
I'm getting thousands of phone calls.
I want
I got you. I got you by the balls. That's advertising, baby.
I always thought that advertising was the most whorish business a person could get into.
Advertising makes food taste better. It makes cars run better. It changes the perception of everything.
What you can do is manufacture any feeling you want to manufacture.
I think many times what they're buying is what they wish their lives would be.
I guess I understand why people trash advertising, because a lot of advertising is trashy. You can do so much more.
There are a lot of people in this business, but damn few really good ones.
Creative people, rise up. They can't do shit unless we make ads for them. We should be in charge.
I hated the system. I hated the status quo. Advertising should be statements about what the hell you think your life should be about.
All they cared about is milking money out of clients. How big do you want the logo, sir? You can be more than just a car company, more than just a pet food company.
You can speak honestly and use this profession to do that. Weird can happen.
I think creativity can solve anything. 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 I can get it.
From the director of Hype and Surf, ladies and gentlemen, this is Art and Copy, and it's all about how marketing works within the United States of America. It's a very amazing documentary for all of those marketeers who are interested to probably, polish all of their skills, which they think might need a bit of polishing. But now coming back to the point where I was like, we order something else, we get something else, and then they do not even take it back and they want full money. So who wants to answer? Okay, let's start with you.
Okay, I think this is not just the case in digital marketing.
Okay.
Even if you relate that to retail or maybe any other industry, that can happen. So this shift can be resolved by the government itself by regulating all the industries and for example, if you violate anything in regular dimensions, you can't even sue anyone here in Pakistan, but in US you can easily do that.
Okay.
So coming towards the digital side, obviously things sometimes from the consumer side, sometimes from the e-commerce stores, owner of those stores. So both ends have different problems and issues. But I think this can be only resolved when the government or some regulations are put into those conflicts to resolve those issues.
Okay, so before we move on towards other regulations, because I'm not fully aware of that, but there's this cybercrime bail and whatnot, so I think probably it can be helpful. But other than that, for all of those purchases which a consumer makes from a digital for example, from a digital, what do you call it? Store.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm paying 20 rupees or 50 rupees, are there any tax deductions which the digital
There are no such
store
tax
owner actually has to
deductions.
pay?
So that's why actually they don't want to get regulated. Businesses are reluctant to get regulated. I was talking about and I was looking at
It is
that as a part of
regulated. It is regulated and taxes
because
being
that's the
paid.
negative side. You know?
Oh my God.
We want to
That
lay
was hilarious.
everything on the government, but this is the one thing, the phase they are running the business when you talk about e-commerce and the way it is going through the evolution process.
Yeah.
And the way we are talking that consumer are so much reluctant, this is the space which they are actually using to sell their products.
Okay, so Khaira Saab, now I've got a piece of information for you, and this much I know about IT as well. So what happened was that, when the IT was progressing, the internet was coming, and what happened was that the government actually gave us a very lucrative option that if you're going to open up an IT firm in Pakistan, you really do not have to pay the tax. So this is what.
But here is a point. Here is a point.
Yeah,
e-commerce business are not IT businesses.
Yeah,
actually.
Those are the different things, and that tax, tax
IT
window still open till
different,
2019.
product selling is different.
Yeah, exactly. So now moving on to you, Azim Saab, what would you love to say to Khaira Saab over here? So you do not want things to regulate?
What he said was the other part of the picture. The actual is a bit different. Adding up to your consumer point that what is ordered is not delivered. Mentioning a few days earlier, my family, they ordered a pair of shoes. That was number 8 or number 7. And they got delivered number 6. So the store, adding up to your knowledge, the store, they returned it and they asked that you can keep it. Either you can trash it or gift it to someone. We are sending you the other part.
Okay, wow.
That is the point they are.
So that's how groomed they are now.
Yes.
So the standards have definitely risen.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk from a point of an early startup. You know, for example, these kids who are actually coming up, and every day we see these ads on the internet, or ghar baithe paise kamaye, you can earn money while sitting back home and whatnot.
Yes.
How do you think each and every individual needs to start their own digital? Is it going to be a digital marketing agency? Is it going to be an e-commerce store? What do you think it will be?
It can be any type of services what one can offer. A boy from my city, Multan, he is doing reviews on motorbikes, heavy bikes, and he is running his own YouTube channel actually. And they are like a group of bikers. They are 15 to 20, and now they are spreading nationwide. They are on way to Khunjra Pass these days.
Very nice. But I don't know whether have you seen that a very pretty lady in Dubai who's actually doing reviews of Ferrari and Bentley and whatnot. You know, she's very famous.
She's very famous in Dubai, and mentioning it, Pakistan is also prospering. Boys are making videos. They are putting up their efforts on YouTube channels. Either it be a review or any services you can offer, or any product which you can offer on sale, and nationwide or like internationally.
Okay, amazing. So how do you think, for example, I want to start my own digital marketing business?
All right.
And how do you think I can do that? How much capital is required? Is there any capital required? Is there any manpower required? What do we have to do?
Actually, at digital marketing,
nobody tells that. Everybody's saying, oh, you know, ghar baith ke paise kamao, earn money while sitting back home. But how do we do it?
Yes, you can start from right from your home. But the thing is that digital marketing and digital selling, that is e-commerce, these are both different. So for a newbie who is just starting out, I would recommend e-commerce. So if you have a kind of product that, for example, in Peshawar, our famous product is Peshawari chappal.
Yeah.
And in all over Pakistan, everyone wants to buy this.
Yeah.
But no one can buy because it is in Peshawar. And through internet, I can sell this chappal to all over Pakistan, in fact, internationally. So this is kind of opportunities you will have to find in your local area or in somewhere that you can offer to all over, to national level. Second, digital marketing is actually a skill. Digital marketing has different mediums: social media marketing, search engine optimization, email marketing. There are different mediums, and their skill, just like photography, that too is one of a skill.
Yeah.
So digital marketing has different options. So if you want to start social media marketing, you have to go through some courses. There isn't any formal course available in our institutes.
Okay, which marketing do you think is very lucrative? Is it social media marketing? Is it online marketing on any other platform, or through search engine optimization? Which one do you think is more lucrative?
Thing is that this is a very subjective question. It depends, right?
Give me a subjective answer.
Let me.
Yeah, sure.
If your product is not
in
a
4
need
lines,
but a want, if your product is not a need but want, then Facebook is a very lucrative market, because people are not using Facebook just to buy something, but if
people are using Facebook to fake it. Oh, look at my Rolex, look at my this. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they see something and they like it, they say, I want this.
Okay.
But if you need some shoes, you won't just look on the Facebook, you will search on Google.
Okay.
So you see,
I want shoes.
Yeah, I want shoes.
Okay, this is how it's happening in Pakistan. This is very surprising for me. Mom, we are still going to, I don't know which mall, and go look at this shop, bete, I think those pair of shoes is nice. Okay, so now people are searching for shoes on Google too as well.
Yeah.
What a brilliant use of Google. Wow. Okay.
So if that's a need, shoes, shirts, this
Yeah.
kind of stuff,
Underwear.
and you need underwear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What's so funny in it?
no, actually people are selling underwear as well,
Yeah.
and their products. So if that's a need, then it's search engine optimization, and then there are other mediums as well. If you want to get close to your customer, that is email medium. You can email your products direct to your customer, and that's it. Yeah.
Email products direct to the customer,
This
man.
is-
How is that happening?
This is something seasonal also.
What?
Previous days you would have seen spinners were trending.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. fidget
Everywhere you could see spinners,
spinners.
fidget spinners, everything was in
Yeah.
spinners. Like
Yeah, demand is
afterwards,
shifting, yeah.
demands they vary. Adding up one more thing on social media, you can also select that what do you want to see or you want to stop seeing this ad.
And since Bakra Eid is coming, so I think people will be selling bakras online
There are
too.
already
There are already
available.
people
Okay, they're
selling
already
Already
available.
available.
So you just do not have to go anywhere. So then, wow, I think that's fabulous. What's your take on this?
So the formula is very easy.
Yeah.
You just have to make content or maybe product or any service, and you just have to bring more traffic into it. For example, talking about your this network, you have invested a lot to all these capital intensive buildings and everything, then salaries and everything. But now with the use of digital, or if you can't come to TV, you can create your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you can't come on radio, you can start your own podcast. If
Exactly.
you can't write a book or something, you can always start a blog.
Yeah.
So everything now can be done at a very individual point and with no capital at
And
all.
anyone can do it.
Yeah. So the point is, all you have to do is make content that people actually can consume and love.
But we do not look like Amanda Cerny. How many of you know about Amanda Cerny?
So that is why 100 out of 1 people, do
And then
that.
you obviously get to know your worth too as well. I mean, obviously everybody's getting the same chance.
Exactly.
You make your own YouTube channel, you're not on the radio, go have a podcast, whatnot. And then the one who actually rises above is because of the fact that the content they're sharing, people like
Yes.
that content.
Yeah.
The
See, that's
content
what it
matters.
is.
If the angel eyes can work, anything can work.
Eye to eye can work.
But my
Bhai,
take,
Dinchak Puja is working, yeah. What's wrong with you?
so
Thing is that we are hearing like in our families like ये कोई business था इन्होंने अच्छे time पर बना लिया, we have heard. Now that is the time of the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you create a business, if you start building your brand, this is a golden time.
Okay, so I need recommendations over here because we are running short of time too as well. So do you think that we should invest in e-commerce? Or do you think that we should
Affiliate
invest in
marketing.
digital marketing or social media marketing?
I would like to add in affiliate marketing.
Okay.
That is, for example, create a YouTube channel, maybe a blog, or maybe just a Facebook account. Share content related to the topic that you like. For example, he started blogging on the trips and all the bikes. Maybe you are into the showbiz, you can start add up your content into your social media channels. So then you can become affiliate for different products. For example, as a digital marketing product, when I sell my courses online, I sell hosting, I sell domains, I sell all the related things. People see me credible and they purchase those things from me. So that is what all the affiliate marketing is.
All right.
So you can also do that with your fame. Obviously, you are also an influencer.
We do it, alhamdulillah, it works, but Facebook doesn't pay over here in Pakistan. I think this is something
Yeah,
which I do
Facebook
not
is
like.
not paying.
Yeah, obviously.
But companies would. Companies, if you have a lot of traffic and then the followers, and if you are
The
influencer,
company will come and say that, use our name and
Use
this
our
and
name
that
and
and whatnot.
you can earn from that.
Obviously, that will work. And one last thing, very sorry, and that is that most of the time when you go over to the internet, so there are these different pages who actually give you news updates. The only thing which I don't think is very ethical is that video पे click करें देखें बच्चे ने
देखें
माँ
और
के
ये
साथ
हो
क्या
जाएगा।
किया अरे come on yaar, have some common
They are
sense,
they
please
are
do not
actually
write such stuff.
They are exploiting our what you can
Society.
say. Yes.
that
The
is
point
called
is-
clickbaiting.
The
So
point
you
is
have
a very
create
old
person-
tactic.
If
Yes.
you go on checking what is trending on YouTube, you would be shocked. That what is
I
trending
want to
actually
add
on
to,
YouTube.
like in 10 to 20 seconds, if I can add, the consumer are being exploited. Whatever the voices were there in that documentary, those are the worries, and those are the traditional worries which are now more complex.
Oh, those weren't the worry. Those weren't the worries because they were saying it's marketing, baby.
Marketing,
There's so much
baby.
potential
Yes.
in it. But majority of the time, what happens is that all of those marketers take advantage of all of those consumers who really
Exploitation.
do not have their
Consumer
own research
exploitation, which
or who
need
do
to be
not
taken
have
care
to
of.
do not want to study about the product. Otherwise, there's always all those blue, red marks there for example, behind the toothpaste, you'll always see a black mark or a red mark or a blue mark. Do you know what it is for? See, now this is what I'm saying. You consume quite a lot of, even marketeers consume quite a lot of things on daily basis which they do not know what they're made up of, you know, where they come from, what their origin is, because we do not want to do it. And we just want to sell our product no matter what happens.
The point which rises over here is self-awareness.
Yes.
One should be self-aware of everything. Like if any cellular company or any brand is launching a new phone, if it is for 10,000 rupees and you're getting it for 1,500 on social media, there is something fishy.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming over. You know, no hard feelings with anyone, but I was just trying to share all my insecurities which I had related to digital marketing, and I was trying to help all my consumers who are out there because they're my viewers too. All right.
Yes.
So thank you very much once again. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. But ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it for today. And if you want any further advices on how to start your own digital marketing business, please do let us know. Write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Dailymotion and YouTube, it's World This Morning once again. And we'll definitely get back to you. We'll ask, you know, that these are the people who want to do this. And these amazing young experts are actually going to give us some amazing advices too. So let's see whether it's going to work for you or not. But we have finally covered the topic very well. I mean, to the maximum of my capacity. So do not forget to tune in at 11:05 for the repeat as well. Today, tonight, look after, good morning. Thank you very much.